നമസ്കാരം. നമ്മൾ മഹാഭാരതത്തിൽ പൗലോമപർവം തുടരുകയാണ്. അതിൽ നമ്മൾ പറഞ്ഞു നിർത്തിയത് ഈ രുരു മഹർഷി പ്രമദ്വരെ വിവാഹം കഴിച്ച പ്രമദ്വരയ്ക്ക് let me restart in English. We are in Mahabharata, in the Pauloma Parvam. There we almost finished the story of Ruru, who married Pramadwara, and Pramadwara was bitten by a snake, and Ruru gave half his life to her and brought her back to life. And then onwards, Ruru had a vengeance on all serpents, because it was because of a serpent bite that his wife had earlier lost her life. So he took a vow that he would kill any snake which came on his way, and he always carried a thick stick with him, and as soon as he would see a snake, he would hit it and crush it. And he killed many snakes. One day, when he was about to hit a snake which came his way, the snake spoke in human voice. He said, "Why are you hitting me? I am a harmless snake. I am a rat snake. We don't bite human beings. We don't bite anybody. We eat our prey, which are usually rats and frogs. And we do service to human beings by eating rats. So don't hit me. You are behaving like Janamejaya, who in a Sarpa Yajna, in a serpent sacrifice, he killed so many snakes. And Ruru didn't kill the snake, and he asked him, you tell me the story of Janamejaya who performed Sarpa Yajna. Then the serpent said, no, look. There is a story why, I forgot to mention that. The snake, in fact, was a human being, was a Brahmin. He was a sage who, when he was young, he used to, cheat his friends by making snakes out of some reeds or leaves and leave it on their way, and abruptly, unawares, they would think that to be a snake and cry in fear or run away. And one of his friends was similarly tricked, and he became very angry. He cursed him, because you have tricked me with an artificial snake, and I got frightened. You should become a snake yourself, and that too a harmless snake, a rat snake. And then this Brahmin was apologetic. He was sorry, and he prayed for redemption. Then his friend cooled down and said, when Ruru comes on your way, then you will get redemption. And because it was Ruru who came on his way and was about to hit him, the snake got his formal form and the Brahmin left. And before leaving, he mentioned about this Janamedya Sarpayajna, and Ruru wanted to hear the story. Then he said, no, you will hear it from somebody else. It is time for me to go back to my normal routine. And he left. And Ruru was so eager, so anxious to know about the Sarpayajna of Janamedya. He roamed about, asked people, couldn't get an answer, went home, and he was deep in thought, thinking about who could be this Janamedya, what would be his Sarpayajna. And his father asked him, why are you so thoughtful? Then he mentioned this incident. Then his father, Pramati, told him, you know what is that? I'll tell you the story of Janamedya. And he goes into the Janamedya story, which in the context is told by Suta in reply to Shaunaka's question. And Janamedya was the son of Parikshit. The last of the Pandava emperors after the war was Parikshit. He was the only one who survived the war. Of course, the 5 Pandavas, they didn't die, but they went to forest and went on a pilgrimage to reach heaven. And then the only one left was Parikshit, who was Arjuna's grandson. Arjuna had a son in Subhadra, Krishna's sister. And that son was Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was a great hero in Mahabharata. Fought one of the most famous wars, battles of Mahabharata. And Abhimanyu died in that battle, but his wife was pregnant at that time. His wife name at this moment I don't remember, Uttara. His wife Uttara was pregnant at that time, and her baby in the womb might have also died except for Krishna's intervention. Krishna promised that he would save the child, and he sent the Sudarshana Chakra, which went round and round Uttara's belly and saved the child. Another version is that it was killed and Krishna rejuvenated it. And that boy who was born was Janamejaya. And Janamejaya, when he heard about, the way Parikshit died was, he had a curse that, on another occasion, he was bitten by Takshaka. There is a story behind it. And Janamejaya wanted to kill Takshaka. And if that involved killing other serpents, he was willing to do that. And he started a Sarpayajna, that means a yajna, a havan, in which ghee was poured by chanting mantras. The mantras were intended to draw all snakes into the Homa Kunda, into the altar. And so many serpents died. As the fate would have it, before Takshaka fell into the fire, a Brahmin by name Astika, that story will come soon. Astika intervened and stopped the sacrifice. And both Mahabharata and Srimad Bhagavatam, both of them have this story as the background. In Mahabhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, because Parikshit was cursed to die by a bite from Takshaka within 7 days, Parikshit requested Vedavyasa's son, who was hey, it is on my tongue, I will get it, to tell him Purana stories for the 7 days so that he would die with the merit. And the Maharishi, Sri Shuka Brahmarshi tells the story of Krishna in 7 days. That is Bhagavata Mahapuranam. And Sri Mahabharatam was narrated by Vaishampayana, who was Vedavyasa's son, who had heard the story of the Mahabharata from his father. Vyasa had written the story down, and he heard from Vedavyasa, and he narrated it in the Sarpa Satra, a year-long Satra, and that is when Mahabharata was first told. We shall continue with the story of Nemejeya and Astika, who stopped the Sarpayajna. Namaskaram.